Hey guys, it's me, Jake from Daybreak Dread. How's it going? I haven't uploaded anything serious in a while, like no gaming videos. I've just been uploading crap from like my multimedia classes, but I'm graduating now. I'm officially a high school graduate. And so I wanted to get back to my roots. It's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. It's videos about Pokemon, but I don't have a 3DS capture card, and I don't have a special little camera thing so I can record my 3DS without it looking weird, I guess. But regardless, I wanted to make Pokemon related videos for a long time, become one of those PokeTubers that you know so much. So I decided I'm going to join the community myself on this channel, Daybreak Dread. I'm Jake, obviously, and I will be your host for this first video. This video is about my favorite Pokemon from each typing, all 18 from Generation 1 to 6. Now, spoiler alert, these are my favorites, my opinion, and I don't base everything on stats like a lot of Pokemon players do. People will be like, oh, I really like the design of, say, I don't know, say Arcanine, but it's terrible compared to Charizard. So Charizard will be my favorite because it has better stats. I'm not that kind of person when it comes to Pokemon. Everything I do is based on nostalgia, look, and if need be, I guess power. Because that's just the kind of player I am. I care more about the actual collecting of the Pokemon because it's got to catch them all. I care more about that instead of competitive battle. I'm not a competitive battler. I do it for entertainment. If I had a 3DS capture card, and I'd do it with my friends. But that's just me. Growing up, I always played Pokemon. I've always played Pokemon. Ever since I grew up and I played Fire Red and Leaf Green first, and then I got Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I actually had Emerald, I didn't get Ruby or Sapphire. And then Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, I had all three. And what was the one after that? Black and White? I got White because I liked Zekrom more than Reshiram, but I never got Black 2 or White 2, so I never really got that experience with the White and Black Kyurems. And then I got back into it at X and Y, and of course Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I had X and Omega Ruby. Now I have Omega Ruby, and when Sun and Moon comes out, I plan on getting Moon because Lunala looks fucking badass. It looks badass. I want it so bad. But, like I said, but the one I grew up with the most is Generation 3, which including Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So there's going to be a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon on this list, purely for nostalgia reasons, so spoiler alert. My first favorite Pokemon from the typings, we're going to do normal type right here, and it's Porygon Z. I don't really have a reason, I just don't really like normal types all that much. Leone came close to taking that spot, and so did Furret. But I really, really like Porygon Z. It's the Porygon line. I mean, I don't know if it's the controversy that I like, but the Porygon has always been a controversial Pokemon due to that Pokemon episode that gave the Japanese kid their seizures. And of course it was banned in the US from then on. But Porygon Z is just, it's a great normal type. It's bulky, it's power. I love its little spasms it has. It's adorable. I love it. So that normal type. My favorite fire type is Houndoom. I like its design the most out of all the fire types. I just really like Houndoom's design. It's really cool. It's the devilish thing. I don't know that. I've always been more into like dark type Pokemon, the ones that look really the ones that'll brutally eat your ass. Did I just say that? I did just say that. That's my favorite fire type. One of the rules I had for this list was no legendaries. Yeah, I'm breaking that rule here because with grass types, I'm not really a big fan of grass types, to be honest. But with the grass types, my favorite is Shaman. I guess it's not really a legendary since they decided to split the categories into mythical and legendary now, so it's a mythical Pokemon. But it's cute. Look at it, it's a fucking hedgehog. It's a hedgehog, and then there's Skyform. It's so cute. I want one. If I had a Pokemon in real life, it would be Shaman, because Shaman. Oh, I'm gonna find a plushie of Shaman, and it's gonna sit right here for my next Pokemon videos. Just you wait. I love Shaman. Next up for my favorite Pokemon,
I wanna fuck you hard on the sink,
is the water type. And my favorite water type is Milotic. Milotic, I have a really funny story about it, actually. I was playing through Pokemon Emerald as a kid, and I decided to go fishing. And I just so happened to find a Feebas, which for a lot of kids would have been like, what? But for me, nah. I got a Feebas, I learned how to evolve it, and then evolved it, and I got on Milotic, and it was always on my team. It was the only water type I used. Of course, my starter, everyone's starter grinds. There's no one, you cannot look at me in the eyes and say that you've never starter grind. Starter grinded. Shit. Of course, my Blaziken. That was the only one I liked. I liked Blaziken more than the other two. Next up is one of the least populated types, and that's fighting. My favorite fighting type is Heracross. Mainly for nostalgia, because I didn't even know it was a fighting type until around 4th gen, when I started playing Diamond and Pearl, when Pokemon became the it thing again. That's when I found out it was a fighting type, and I was like, wait, what? So I googled it, and it turns out they're based off fighting Japanese dung beetles, and I was like, okay, that works for me. I mean, hell, this fucking bug is more useful to me than a lot of normal types are. I'm just, alright, let's just do it. And that's my history. It's just the funny coincidence that I've had that makes Heracross my favorite fighting type over all the other ones. Scrafty was close to being on this entry too, but it just didn't make it. My next entry for this list is, shit, gotta look at my notes. For the fairy type, there's not a lot of fairy types. It's the least populated type right now, and there's not really much to choose from. But given that one of my favorite Pokemon ever is Eevee, the fairy type evolution is going to be my pick, Sylveon. And plus, it's power, man. It's power. It was a bitch to evolve, but I like Sylveon. It's cute. Pink isn't exactly my color. As you can tell, that I wear basically gray, black, and white all the time. But blue, I prefer cyan, kind of tealish blue over most colors. But Sylveon it's great, man. It's cute, and that's my favorite fairy type. Dark, I had trouble picking between these two Pokemon. I got the Generation 3 Absol on my left here, and I've got Generation 5's Zoroark. I love both. Zoroark is also a cutie. I would have picked him too, but I chose his evolution over him because I think it's cooler with the little illusion thing going on here. And Absol's just a badass, especially with his Mega form being the Archangel thing going on there. And they're both pretty powerful. I like them both. They're awesome. And I would definitely have both on my team if I could, but I usually only keep space for one dark type. And while it's not my favorite dark type, the one I usually keep is either Bayonet. Wait, that's a ghost type.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out.
Is usually Sableye, because of the whole ghost dark thing, which I know Spiritomb has now, but let's face it, Sableye's better, especially with Mega Sableye. My favorite steel type Pokemon is actually it's kind of my favorite Pokemon. I don't exactly have a favorite Pokemon. It's a three-way tie right now between Shaman, this Pokemon I'm going to list, Metagross, and the Darkrai. And of course Darkrai, it's one of my favorite mythical Pokemons, but it's not exactly my favorite dark type. That's why it wasn't the dark type entry. But yeah, Metagross is my favorite steel type. And he'll always be my favorite steel type. He'll always be one of my favorite Pokemon to begin with. He's awesome. His bulky shiny form's great. And when I got mine in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the little shiny Beldum you get in the mystery gift, I played him. He was my starter. I barely trained my Blaziken or Torchic or whatever because I always kept Beldum in my first spot. I will always love Metagross. And I'm actually thinking about making him my mascot for this channel, for the Pokemon version of this channel. I really want someone to make fan art of me riding a Metagross. That would be so great. I will use it. Please, 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 please. My favorite psychic type is Gallade. The Curly-Line was always one of my favorites back in Generation 3, and when I found out that if it's male, you can evolve it into Gallade using a Dawnstone. And Gallade's got that Mega Evolution, which makes him look like the Shining Knight, and it's awesome. I love it so much, and it got rid of that dreaded Fairy type, and it gave it a little Fighting type, but the Psychic part just adds even more greatness to it, and it's so awesome. I mean, it's got a 4 times resistance against normal type thanks to the Fighting and the Psychic. I love it so much, and it's got the resistance to Dark now, since Dark is effective against Psychic type. So Gallade is a very effective type combination, and it's a very effective Pokemon both aesthetically and strategically. I love Gallade, and that's what makes it my favorite Psychic. For the next typing bug, I have another type, Yanmega and Escavalier. Yanmega is, well, when I played Generation 2 for the first time, which was actually Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I had Soul Silver because Lugia was my personal favorite. I never got a chance to play Gold, Silver, Crystal, and I regret it so much, but I did get the little re-release for the Nintendo 3DS, and I did play through it, and I loved it. I love it. It's such a good, it's a good generation. Johto is a really good generation, but when Yanma got its evolution into Yanmega, it made me even more happy and pissed off at the same time, because I was like, wait, what? It's not a dragon type? It's a dragonfly. And I don't think we even have any bug dragons yet. That'd be great. And of course, Escavalier, there's a funny reason for it actually, other than like the cool little, you have to trade Carablast for it and Shelmet for them both to evolve respectively to Escavalier, and the name will come to me. But anyway, if you know me personally, you know I was in marching band, and I have a big thing for drum corps, which is basically professional marching band without the woodwind instruments. And there was a corps called the Cavaliers, and I could make so many puns with Escavalier. I could name it Rosemont, I could name it whatever. I could name it one of the show names. No one online would get it, except for friends of mine who are also into it. Shout out. And those are my favorite bug types.
I can't stop.
My lady. If you get what that is, then you know my favorite flying type is Honchkrow, because it looks like it's wearing a fucking fedora. My lady. It's great. I love Honchkrow actually, because it's got one of my favorite typings on it, and it's a cool looking bird. Birds are my favorite types of animals besides lizards, and I can't really say anything else. Honchkrow is badass. He's a nice looking Pokemon with a big puffed out chest. Say it with your chest, big boy. Moving on to my favorite rock type, Tyrantrum. It was only introduced recently, but rock types have always been just utter shit since they got introduced. I don't really like rock types all that much. Golem, I mean, he's got nostalgia. Gigalith isn't too bad, but hell, nothing beats Tyrantrum, especially with that dragon type. It could just wreck Aurorus's ass. I mean, I've been begging Game Freak for a Tyrannosaurus Wreck Pokemon. Did I say wreck? I meant Rex. A Tyrannosaurus Rex Pokemon for so long. I wanted one, and then we finally got one Generation 6 in Pokemon X and Y, and it made me really happy, because Tyrunt, look at Tyrunt, it's so thick. It's thick with 2 C's. Thick. I love it so much. My favorite ground type is Gliscor. Again, with the whole Generation 2, Gligar being one of my favorite Generation 2 Pokemon. When it evolved in Generation 5, it was either 4 or 5, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's a really awesome Pokemon. It's aesthetically awesome. I mean, ground and flying doesn't really do it much justice. I mean, it could use Earthquake and then fuck everyone else. If someone else uses Earthquake, it's like, I'm gonna get you back, bro. And it's gonna be like, nah, I'm a flying type. Fuck you. That's my reasoning for Gliscor. None of the other ground types appeal to me, especially Stunfisk. Why was Stunfisk made? Why was Stunfisk made? Remember when I said Generation 3 was my favorite because it was all like the best one I had and the one I played the most and all that? Well, this is where I'm gonna get the hate. My favorite dragon type is Flygon. Flygon, it took me so long to get my Vibrava to evolve into Flygon that I didn't even know it evolved into Flygon. When I discovered it, I was like, holy shit, this thing looks cool. I hadn't seen one before, and when Vibrava finally evolved, I marked the hell out. I was like, I really, really, really loved it. It was the front of my team, and I used it all the time. I nicknamed it, what did I nickname it? I don't know, something along the lines of Penis Man, probably. Knowing me, I don't even know what I was like back then. But my favorite dragon type, it's Flygon. It looks awesome, and I was really disappointed when it didn't get a Mega Evolution, and apparently Game Freak was like, we couldn't come up with anything. And I'm like, I bet I could pull out 7 fan art off the internet, or probably pull off something out of my ass that'd be better than what you come up with. Do you hear me? This is a weird choice. My favorite electric type is Magnezone. Why? I don't know. It looks cool. None of the electric types appeal to me. Heliolisk appeals to me. Heliolisk is thick. It's awesome. It's based off that little dragon thing from Jurassic Park. But my favorite electric type's got to be Magnezone. I mean, look at it. It looks stoned off its ass, and it's not even a real it's not even like a living thing. It's like magnets. It's a bunch of magnets. I mean, it went from 1 magnet to 3 magnets to whatever you want to call this thing. What's Dugtrio going to turn into? What's Dugtrio going to turn into? Here we go with another tie. My favorite ghost types are Aegislash and Bayonet. I realized I fucked up earlier saying Bayonet was a dark type, but to be fair, it looks like it would be. Don't hate me. I know Pokemon, I swear. Aegislash, Steel Ghost, it's a very unique typing. I love it. The possessed sword using itself and all that, it's awesome. I love it. And it's shiny. It's shiny is just drop dead gorgeous. And Bayonet's a powerhouse. I love its Mega Evolution, and it's actually my most powerful Pokemon in Omega Ruby right now. Yeah, don't hate me. I don't train that much. I play like online battles mostly with my friends, and my Bayonet's only level 83. It's not 100. I haven't had a Pokemon up to level 100 yet. I actually had to borrow one just so I could catch Cobalion and Reshiram, but I'm just whatever. Aegislash especially, I kind of favor Aegislash over Bayonet a little more, but I still say they're on the same playing field when it comes to this. My favorite poison type is Toxicroak. It's a really unique typing. Poison and fighting, it's got a really cool design, and I mean, I'm not sure how it does competitively. I've never seen a Toxicroak used competitively, but I love it. It was one of my favorite Pokemon in Generation 4, and not to mention in the anime, Brock had his Krogunk. I'm not sure if it ever evolved and never finished. I've never finished a fucking anime except for the very first one for Pokemon. But yeah, Toxicroak. And my final one is the Ice type, Frostlass. Frostlass is just unique. Again, unique typing, Ice and Ghost. It's that whole branch thing from Snorunt and Glalie. And for the longest time, for some reason, I thought Glalie evolved into Frostlass. And I was like, wait, there's no fucking way. And then it turns out I was, wrong. And then I'm gonna die. Anyways, guys, I'm going to try to find a way to record my 3DS so I can do run-throughs and stuff, especially when Moon comes out. When Sun and Moon come out, I will be posting videos for that. Because I will have money, I will have a job, I will have all of that, which means uploads won't be daily. but it also means I'll be recording on end and scheduling things for maybe once or twice a day. That is daily. Jake, you dumbass. But these were my favorite Pokemon from all of these types. And my question is, what are yours? What are your favorite Pokemon from each type? Put them in the comments below. Also, I don't really tolerate people who will like throw off my opinion and be like saying, you're stupid, you're retarded, you're gay and a faggot. Why didn't you choose this Pokemon? Why did you choose that one? That one sucks. It's my opinion. Get over yourself, you little cunt.